All right, let's talk about one of the most common and frankly most expensive mistakes people are making in AI right now. This is a huge engineering lesson that could literally save your project, your budget, and probably a lot of headaches. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to start with a question for all you data scientists and tech leads watching. What do you think is the single biggest waste of money in enterprise AI? You know that one thing that seems like a good idea but just burns cash? Well, for the vast majority of use cases, the answer is fine-tuning. And today, we are going to see exactly why. At the heart of all this is what I call the static snapshot problem. Okay, think of fine-tuning like you're taking a perfect photograph of your data. The model memorizes everything in that photo, down to the last pixel. But here's the thing, the world doesn't stop. So the second that training process is finished, your model is already out of date. It's a perfect memory of the past. It's obsolete from moment one. And this isn't just some abstract idea, right? This is a real ROI trap that just torches your budget in three big ways. First, you've got the insane amount of human time it takes to prep all that data. Second, the eye-watering costs for renting all those GPUs in the cloud. And third, and this is the one that really gets you, the ongoing monthly bill just to host that custom model. It's a constant financial bleed for knowledge that's already stale. To make this super clear, let me tell you a little story. It's a cautionary tale we'll call the Skystream disaster. And it is the perfect example of how a really well-intentioned idea can go completely off the rails. Okay, so picture this. A data scientist at this airline, Skystream, has what seems like a brilliant idea. Hey, let's fine-tune our AI on the whole flight schedule so it just knows everything by heart. So they do it. The model is trained, and it perfectly remembers that flight UA123 takes off at 4 p.m. But then, a storm rolls in. The flight gets delayed. And when a customer asks the chatbot, when does my flight leave, it confidently and cheerfully tells them the old memorized time, 4 p.m. That's a huge fail. The right way, of course, was for the bot to look up the live data, not try to remember it. Let's just break that failure down. On day one, everything's great. The model's knowledge is perfect. That 4 p.m. departure time is burned right into its weights. But on day two, reality changes. The flight is now leaving at 6 p.m. The model has absolutely no way of knowing this. It's a static snapshot, remember? So when the user asks, it gives an answer with 100% confidence, and it is 100% wrong. And boom, that's the result. A missed update. A total system failure that has a real-world impact on a customer, all because the wrong tool was used for the job. You know, to fix this, you'd have to retrain the model every single time a flight time changed. Every minute. It's insane. It's not going to happen. So if memorizing is the problem, what's the solution? Well, this brings us to the correct architecture, and it's all about one simple, powerful concept. Don't memorize what you can just look up. Okay, this slide says it all. On the left, you've got the fine-tuning path. The model tries to remember something, it checks its frozen, obsolete data from yesterday, and you get a failure. But on the right, you have the right way to do it, tool use. The model doesn't try to remember anything. Instead, it uses a tool to go query a live database. It gets the real-time info, and that guarantees success. Let's just put these two side by side because it's so stark. Fine-tuning means your data is stuck in the past. You are locked into an endless, expensive cycle of retraining, and you're always running the risk of being embarrassingly wrong. With tool use, you're hitting a live source of truth. The data is always current, you get perfect accuracy on that piece of information. I mean, the choice here is pretty clear, right? So tool use is the clear winner for a few big reasons. You get that real-time, perfect accuracy, and you need zero training for new data. If a flight time changes in the database, the tool just grabs the new time, simple. But there's another, sneakier reason this is so important. It helps you avoid something called catastrophic forgetting. That's a real thing. It's when you fine-tune a model so hard on one specific task that it actually starts to get dumber at everything else. It can literally forget how to reason or even be polite just because you've messed with its core program. Okay, so this all boils down to one simple, powerful rule. I want you to think of this as a shield for your project. It's the engineer's golden rule that will protect you from making this very costly mistake. And here it is. Write this down. If the information changes faster than your deployment cycle, never fine-tune. Use tools instead. That is the whole thing right there. You want your model to be able to find the answer in real time, not to know an answer that's probably already wrong. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to take back to your own work. Look at what you're building right now and ask yourself this one simple question.
What part of my system needs a live tool, not a frozen memory? Answering that question correctly is the absolute key to building AI systems that are robust, accurate, and don't drain the bank account.